This is Spartan. It's an apple that was raised in British Columbia, I think about 80 years ago. I'll put some details on the text. And it's got this deep mahogany or sort of cherry red colour. Interestingly, if you give it a rub, it takes a very shiny appearance, and some people think it's a plum. It's not. It's quite a heavy cropper, or it can be quite a heavy cropper. There are two disadvantages with this apple. One is it always sets too many fruit, and so you've got to thin it, otherwise you'll end up with large numbers of extremely small apples. The other is it's very prone to scab. It's a bit of scab you can see there, not very much, it's a bit there, but you would see a lot more if we hadn't used some fungicide. Didn't use quite enough, unfortunately, and if I hadn't been round the tree removing and discarding most of the worst affected apples. But against that, it is really a very attractive variety in some ways. It's very pretty. You can just give it a rub, and it's developed this beautiful shine, which some people think is a plum. It looks quite pretty. It's a crunchy apple. It's very much a vinous flavoured fruit. There are no rich aromatic flavours to it. It tastes a bit like Golden Delicious. In fact, it is in some ways a red version of Golden Delicious, so it's not to be confused with the apple called Red Delicious. This is the only apple of this kind I grow. Some of my customers really love this. Many of them don't want it, partly because they're associated with having travelled from America and being quite soft perhaps on arrival, which they sometimes have been. These apples are generally reckoned to develop a better flavour when grown in England than when grown in America, or British Columbia, I should say, Canada, isn't it, where they originated. So that's Spartan. It's an apple with many advantages. I cannot strongly recommend it be grown because it is quite susceptible to apple scab, and there are more apples you could grow, which I have mentioned and will mention others, which have maybe got a bit more character. But anyway, this is one of the fruits we grow, and it's quite a distinctive one, so that's Spartan.